welcome to this episode of NTV People's Parliament. We are coming to you from Luweero. Now, you might be wondering, why are we in Luweero district? We are here to discuss a number of topics ranging from health and some of the challenges that are being faced by teenage girls in the district. And here we are going to specifically talk about teenage pregnancies in Luweero. You might wonder, why are we in Luweero talking about teenage pregnancies? Now, this is after a backdrop of statistics and also reports from the district health committee and the district health leaders, and they cited some alarming statistics. But over the years, there's been a decline in teenage pregnancies, but this has not stopped us to look into further details and also further reports. With me in the House, I have a number of honorable members that are going to give us a number of views as to why this has escalated and what can we do as leaders together. We have young girls, we have mothers, we have fathers, we have teachers and educators and leaders. So together we can bring an end to this crisis here in Luweero district. Thank you so much for being part of this conversation. At this particular moment, I would like to call on to our first speaker, and that is a representative from the DHO's office, and that is the Assistant DHO, and she will be giving us a preamble.
Thank you so much, Madam Speaker, for the opportunity of inviting me and being a part of this conversation this evening. Honorable members, good evening.
Good evening to you.
Honorable Florence Namuyanja Ziwa, and I come from the constituents of health service delivery, or call it the health department, particularly sitting at the district health office. And I have a special role of overlooking the issues of maternal health and adolescent health in the district. So as a Luweero district, we deliver services in an organogram or in an arrangement called the health sub-districts, and we have 3 health sub-districts in this district. A health sub-district is tantamounting to a constituency. So we have Katikamu North as one of the HSDs. HSDs, that's an abbreviation of health sub-district. Then we have Katikam South, and we have Bamnanika. So those are the 3 HSDs in which we deliver services. There are 39 government facilities, and of these 39, we have 19 health center 3s. Sorry, 19 health center 2s. Then we have a health center 2 is at the level of a parish. Then we have 17 health center 3s. These ones are at the level of a sub-county. We have 2 health center 4s. They're at the level of the county. And then we have 1 hospital. Our hospital here is called Luweero Hospital. The natives here of this place normally call it Kasana, but it is Luweero Hospital. Then we have 1 other big facility, which is really government, but not purely health. So its alignment falls into health service delivery, but as well it is under the Ministry of Defense. So this is the Bombo General Military Hospital. So on top of the 39, that one comes in as the 40th. So having looked at all that, getting into the gist of the matter, which is adolescent health, at the moment, Luweero district, when you look at the teenage pregnancies, we are at 15%. But some time back, we shot high to around even 19%, which is quite a big number. So, having looked at our teenage pregnancy as being very high and looking at the many, many deliveries we get, last year we got 26,000 deliveries, and of this there was a very good number of teenage pregnancies and mothers that came to deliver. So what are the causes of these adolescent or call them teenage pregnancies? 1, we have poverty. Honorable members, you will agree with me that there is looming poverty amongst our people. And now once this happens, at the end of the day, who is affected? It is the adolescent. It is this teenager. When there is poverty in the home, there will be conflicts. Mothers and fathers will quarrel. They will even fight. You see? that kind of situation. So at the end of the day, once this happens, one of them may go away. And once they go away, who have you left the children for? Assuming it's the mother who has gone away. Who is staying with the children? Look at this young girl. And by the way, when you talk of teenagers, we not only look at girls, we even have the boys who still need guidance of the parents. So once one of them goes away, these are the people you're going to find doing whatever they want, getting in late at home, and we've even seen parents, fathers taking advantage of this situation. They're in the home with the children, so they decide to use them the way they want. And some of the pregnancies we have registered in hospitals are due to these. These are cases that have actually been reported of parents having relationships with their children. Then we have the weak laws here. Many of the people, and actually that brings me the question Madam Speaker has raised, what is the law doing in here, Luweero District? The laws are weak. And because the laws are weak, cases are reported, but these cases don't seem to go through to yield exactly what we want to see. That's why you're finding that people are out there having internal agreements, the perpetrators and then the victims and the families. They end up having those mutual understanding. And at the end of the day, resolve issues there. They feel they have resolved the issues amicably, but in actual sense, there is nothing that has been achieved. And at the end of the day, another girl is going to be affected. Thank you so much, Madam Speaker.
Thank you so much, Honorable Member. I'll gladly have you back to help us wind up this conversation. Thank you so much for those submissions. A round of applause for the Honorable Member. She has given us a clear picture. Probably when I began speaking and talking about it, you are wondering why the huge numbers. She's talking about 1,000. She's talking about 15 girls getting pregnant daily. Where are these statistics coming from? But here you have it from one of the leaders that is directly in charge at the district. So at this particular moment, all of you are honorable members of parliament. So I'm glad to mention that. However young you are, today you get the honors to being an honorable member. So you're going to take onto the floor of the August House and give your submissions as a young girl, as a teenager, or as a teacher, as a student back in school. You've had stories, you've had your friends drop out, you've seen your friends leave school for different reasons. Why do you think the high number of teenage pregnancies still continues to rise, even with all those interventions with sensitization? Honorable Member, thank you so much for being part of the conversation today.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Honorable members in the House, allow me to introduce myself by the names of Galiwango Muhammad Murshid, from the Ministry of the Muslim religious leaders. I'm here to represent some of the challenges. Madam Speaker, there is a clear evidence in our community that most of our parents in Luweero District have neglected their responsibilities. Okay. You find a family where the father completely contributing nothing to the well-being of the family, and the mother is just gambling, doing petty work to sustain the family. We look at the family where both parties have responsibilities, but in the actual sense, it is only one party that is contributing to the family. The end results, you find the girl child being sent to the streets to look for a living to sustain the family because the mother cannot carry the cross alone. Our leader has already aired it out that even if you report cases in Luweero here, you will find that you are reporting someone, a criminal, but before you even reach home, a thief is following you because a thief has given out something to go out. In my local village, LC1, last year, we got one marijuana taker who impregnated five young girls in only almost 1 month. But when we took the case, we are disappointed that maybe most of our leaders, the law enforcers, they have lost hope of supporting us, and that's why you find that even other cases are not reported. Law enforcers in the district should do their role, not allowing petty corruption money to let our culprits or victims of these circumstances out of the prison or out of the police before even the issue is done. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Honorable Member. Thank you so much. And to the fathers in the house, the fathers out there that are watching this show from home, you have heard this outcry. Come out, let's empower our families. Because once they're empowered, we're also empowered as fathers. These are future generations, these are future leaders, future ministers. So thank you so much, Honorable Member, for the submissions. At this point, I'm going to have a lady. I had a gentleman. I'm going to have Honorable Member right here, and then I'll come back to you. Please take on to the floor of the August House. And then after, I'll have a gentleman and have a lady. I'll try to strike a balance, because in this issue of teenage pregnancy, we have both the male and the female. And every time we shy to talk about these issues, they escalate. Honorable Member, thank you so much for being part of the conversation. Please.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Thank you, Honorable Members. I'm honored to be here as representing the Mothers Union constituency of Luweero Diocese, and the names are Sisem Sumba Kazibwe. Our major concern, why the teenage pregnancies? We've made efforts to move from schools, from communities, mobilizing resources on our own. But one of the major challenges we've found is that our teenage girls, they lack the life social skills, the life skills to enable them go through the challenging situations. Because they may go through the education, but at the end of the day, when they face a challenge, they don't know how to handle that challenge. And that has been one of the major factors which has affected our system. And so, with our meager resources, I've already mentioned what we have done. We've gone out to talk to our children in schools, to talk to our children in the communities. And actually, parents, we are still making efforts to see how we can reach a wider community. We operate in Nakaseke, Nakasongola, and Luweero itself. One of the major challenges is that our children have too many issues. If we sat down and analyzed the issues, you won't believe what you find in homes. And actually, one of the biggest challenges is the problem starts at home. As one honorable member has mentioned, what have we done as parents to see that we instill in our children those values which can help them uphold themselves in society, uphold their self-esteem? It is not the schools. The schools just, the teachers, the schools just help us, they complement, but the beginning is at home.
Thank you so much, Honorable Member. We had a hand up here, but you're going to allow me take that hand after the break, okay? Yes, but as we take this break, I also want to put it out there that in 2020, the Ministry of Education released the revised guidelines on preventing management of teenage pregnancies in the school setting. Now, these guidelines were revised, and they were trying to create a new way of making the public understand, all the schools, that yes, there is prevention, but also we might be able to look deeper into management. If it is here, how do we reintegrate these girls in schools? So as we take this break, I want the teachers here to also tell me and think about it. How do we reintegrate these girls? Because we realize they are teenagers, below the consent age, and we've also heard from the submissions that most of them are sexually abused because they are naive and they are innocent. So how do we reintegrate them and make them better leaders and make them better for the next generation to come? Thank you so much for being part of this conversation. For now, NTV People's Parliament is going to take a very short break, but stay tuned. Welcome back from that break. You're still watching NTV People's Parliament, and we are coming to you from Luweero. Now, we are discussing teenage pregnancies, and a number of causes have been mentioned as to why this crisis continues to loom here in Luweero. We have had sexual abuse, we have had poverty, peer pressure, also a broken system where perpetrators are released as soon as they go into jail for these particular cases. Today, we have a number of those that have fallen victim. Unfortunately, they've been victims of this, and we would like to hear their experiences. We'd like them to share their stories, because we have learned over the years that the stories that are shared is a way of empowering other people, of empowering other members of the community, and we get to learn, and also we get to live these experiences even before we have lived them ourselves, which makes us stand firm, stand taller, and also become bold and stronger. So I would like to welcome the Honorable Member to come and take onto the floor of the August House and share with us your experience, so that another child, another mother out there, another young girl could hear this story, and probably she will be helped. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Madam Speaker.
You're going to help me and push closer? Thank you very much.
Good evening, honorable members of Parliament.
Good evening.
I am
my
Namat
dear.
of Merab from Luweero Town Council. Through Madam Speaker, I'd like to express myself in a language that I understand more. Thank you. Nze ensonga yange ekwata ku wange okusuulirira ennono. Edda mu kubuulira okwange era kyempulira muli nga nkisubwa. Kuba singa oluusi nali nkirina, I wouldn't have made a mistake. Yadde nga kati nayiga okukyagala, nkyagalirayo. Ntedda abazadde, basenga, abamaama, bwe babeerangayo mu lusuku nga babuulirira abaana baabwe abawala, abalenzi nga bagenda ew'abakojja. Naye kati tekikyaliwo. Maama afuluma ssaawa 11 n'agenda n'aleka omwana amulekedde maidi. Maidi naye yakulira wuwe, tamanyi mpisa ze, tamanyi oba alina ne byasobola okubuulirirako omwana. Kati abazadde mututeekerewo obudde. Mutuzeeyo eri ewaka newankubadde naye byalingayo. Naye bw'ontuula nange n'oŋŋamba mwana wange, kino nakino abazadde abamu temumanyi na kumanya ngu abaana twatandika okwekona obugere. G'obeera awo tomanyi, n'omwana atya okugamba, okambwa toli mukwano gwe, kale kye mba ŋŋamba. Naye bw'obeera mukwano gwange nange ne mbeera mukwano gwo, buli kye mba nfunye muli nsobola okugambako, maama, taata, njagala kino, ndi bwenti na bwenti. Naye nfo ky'okugamba lwakuba nafunyeyo eri kakyali kange ka boyfriend kange, gye nja okugenda nkabulireko kaŋŋambe, kola bw'oti, oba maama takuwadde, naye nga sikugambye nkutidde buti. Maama takuwadde, kola bw'oti, wali bajja kuwayo ssente bwe ziti. Ekinaavaamu nga nfunye olubuto lw'essaagala. Ate bwe naalufuna nfo ky'okujja nkubulireko, maama onjagala onsikesike, ojja gamba okoze eki? Kale komawo migo 8. Oba nja kutwala ku poliisi, oba tukole ki? Tulugyemu. Bazadde kyensaba, mutuzeeyo eri emabega, mubeere bakwano baffe, mutubuulire ne bwe mba nkudde mu nsobi ng'eyo, tongoba tonkambuwalira, beera mukwano gwange, nja kuyiga okusharinga ebizibu byange naawe. Kyenkatiriza obuwangwa tubusuuliridde nnyo, buli omu mu ggwanga ly'omwoli. Ensonga yange.
Honorable Member, that Honorable Member right there tried to express in Luganda that a good relationship between parents and their daughters as well as their sons is the first milestone to ending this. She says that if children can ably share their problems and challenges with their parents, they wouldn't probably fall victim. She says many mothers don't even know when their children have started their menstrual periods. And some of them don't even know what a menstrual period is. They don't know what happens when this entire process starts. They don't know that they're bound to get pregnant if they engage in sexual activity. So she's calling out onto the mothers to give more time to their children and also be open to share with them when they need to share with them. Thank you so much, Honorable Member, for being part of this August House. I'm going to take on to another lived experience, one more, and then I'll take on to the other hands. I would like to have a lived experience. Please come and take on to the floor of the August House.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. My name is Namkoza Joyce. Can I use Luganda?
Please use English if you can.
Let me use Luganda.
Okay.
Bannaye ensonga eriwo esinga tuleetera embeera eyo abaana abawala okufuna embuto oluusi kubeera nga abazadde bayawukana kuba mulimu abaana abamu ng'abazadde baabwe babalaba nga kyekijja omujjayo n'atandika okuba nga tugeza mutuma mbasajja nti mwana wange tetulinawo ki sabbuuni mwana wange tetulina sukaali tetulina munnyo omwana omuwala talina gy'akola obanga amusindiikiriza omugamba nti genda ewa boyfriend wo gundi oba genda onoonyeyo omusajja ogenda ne bwakuwaayo 15,000 oleete ki sukaali kuba omwana omuto aba talina mulimu gwagenda kukola ki kukola oluusi bamaama tebaliiwo baanoba oluusi bataata babazaalamu ne babasuula awo eyo yensonga ya mama ate ye taata bataata oluusi babeera banywa mwenge bayingira ssaawa 6 gwa kiro ssaawa 7 tamanya buzibu gwe omuwala bw'obeeramu ate abaana abawala abamu tubeerako awo mulimu abamu abatalina mikwano na bataata ne bamaama ng'ayinza okugenda atuusizza ebbanga lye ery'okwekoona akagere abamu kye tuyita okugenda mu periods nga toyina pads ate nga tomanyi butya bwe bukola ki bwe bakikola kitegeeza ogenda kwebuuza ku munno agenda kusindika atagambe noonya ssente okole ki ogule jjukira waliyo akakugambako emabega naye nga toyina butya bw'okola ki bw'okkiriza kitegeeza ogenda ewaako kagambe kino okasuubize nti luli kakuwe ssente ezo osobole okukola ki ogula pads mulimu n'ebimu ebisikola ki ebinyigiriza abaana ab'obuwala nga mugjeeko ebyo mulimu abamu abagamba nti nno oyo yagenda bugenzi naye ne gurupu abaana abawala tufuna gurupu n'olaba nga munno yazaala n'ogenda uli mwana muwala wa myaka 16 n'ogenda mu by'emyaka 25 eyo 3 omuntu ow'emyaka 3 nga si muntu wo nga si mukwano gwo takulumirirwa era bw'onadda ngaawo ye n'omulaba nti alina akagoye akapya omubuuza akakagoye bakagjeewa sente wazigjeewa biki ebyo agenda kugamba nze nafunye boyfriend nakola ki nakangulira kati nawe omwana omuto boyfriend ate ye agenda kugamba biki birala agambe okakugulira njagala okole kino ng'okole kino okwekanga ng'ogudde mu nsobi ng'ofunye olubuto naye ng'okola ki nawe oluubirira ofune akagoye akalungi kuba tolina gy'ogenda kukola ki kajja abaana ab'obuwala nze kyensaba bwe tuba tulina groups mulimu n'abamu ng'oyinza osheyaringako kuba abawala ffenna tetuli kyeki mulimu olinga ye bw'aba agenze mu nsonga alumizibwa bw'alumizibwa bw'asheyaringako ne banne bamugamba omanyi okuva mu mbeera eyo olina kufuna lubuto tojja kuddamu kukola ki kulumizibwa ate nga teri kikyuka ne bw'onaafuna olubuto n'omala okusumuluka era bw'onaddamu ogenda kudda mu bulumi bwe wakola ki bwe wasookeramu naye wano bagamba togenda kuddamu kufuna lubuto togenda kuddamu kufuna bulumi obulumi obwo obutabeerawo bwe bune ebbanga ly'omala ng'okyali lubuto naye bw'oddira mu periods.
Hale, thank you. Thank you so much, Honorable Member. Do we have? I'm going to have a gentleman as another person who is willing to share their experience. Gets ready. Been having a hand at the back. The gentleman. I'll have a gentleman first. I've been having that hand for quite some time, and then there's a gentleman behind you as well. You're welcome. I'll be having all of you before the floor. But for now, please push closer to the microphone. We'd like to use Luganda also. Please push closer to the microphone.
Ababaka bannange oba bateesa bannange twala omukisa guno okubeebaza okujja okubeerawo mu bungi bwe muti. Then ne neebaza n'abateesiteesi ab'ekintu kino kubanga nze nganze mu community gyenva Wakataayi Zirobwe Town Council Luweero District. Erinnya lyange nze Kisuubizo Luweero eri community gyembeera nga bw'olaba omujoozi guno yakwogerako nga mubaka munnange bw'ayogedde nti NGO tusaba bekikwatako bongera okuzireeta mu Luweero zisobole okukyusa community gye tukola ki gye tuwangaalira kubanga twogera ku teenage pregnancy twogera ku mbuto naye ate abafunisa embuto tetukola ki
Tetuboogerako.
era ne bwe tuba tutegeka misomo tutegeka emisomo egy'abo abafuna embuto naye abagifunisa temukola ki nze nfunye obuzibu bw'amaanyi okuva lunafuuka community legal volunteer ku kyalo gyenkola ki gyempangaalira nti tufunye ripooti nnyingi ez'emisango eziva era mu mbeera bwetyo bamaama abasinga ne bataata abasinga beesuulirayo gwaki ogwa naagamba ate ne bamaama mwongedde nnyo okukyaya abaana ewaki ewa bataata baabwe taata ne bwakuwa fiizi omugamba maama yakola ki kano kasente kange ka kikazi so nze mbadde nsaba nti ekisinga obukulu right honorable speaker nti abantu tebamanyi abantu beetaaga okumanyisibwa abantu beetaaga obatambulamu nga babakubamu enkuŋŋaano si mu kyaki yokka si mu masinzizo yokka naye ne mu byalo gye tukola ki
Gye tuwangaalira.
era awe neebaliza ekitongole kya just like my child nikyo kikola dialogues ku byalo abantu ne basobola okukola ki okuyiga biki ebigenda mu maaso kubanga waliyo nayali takimanyi nti okukwata omwana we musango nga yagamba omwana wange ate gwe onvunaana omusango gw'okumukwata nga ye takimanyi nti singa yeebaka ku mwana we kiki musango era yagamba bajje wano bajja kundaba omwana gwe bagamba nti nakutte waani wange n'ate ekitumazeemu amaanyi nti ngezaako following ezo emisango paka ku ekigo kukomeredde ne paka ne Luweero ku prison naye bw'abeera ne ssente n'aziwaayo mukama bw'aba akuyambye nti omulamuzi alina ekisa omulamuzi bw'aba talina kisa asobola n'omukuteera oba tonnatuuka ng'akoze eki ng'atuuse so nsaba nti bekikwatako bannaayi tugezeeko okumanyisa abantu mu community zonna kubanga abantu amazima tebakola ki tebamanyi kiri kiddako abaana abawala batambula nga bwe baagala for example waliyo omuzadde yasindika abaana be twakabakwata baana myaka 16 babiri saizi z'obwo obuwala mu bbaala bakole ng'omwezi babasasula emitwalo 6 naye ng'ekisooka abaana tebanatuuka nakola ekyokubiri nga bakolera mu bayaayi ng'abaana abamu kuliko obubeere weebuti naye nga be bali mu ki mu bbaala naye nga naye takimanyi.
And to the girls out there, we are sharing these stories not because we want to either degrade or we want to just share the stories. This story can change your life. This story can impact you. This story can speak to you wherever you are if you are bound to fall victim. Thank you so much. I promised the gentleman, I'm going to first have the gentleman here, the young gentleman. Please come and take onto the floor of the August House, Honorable Member, and then I'll come back right to you, sir. Yes, please. I need someone to help me fix this microphone before he starts to speak. Hey, he's well gifted. Please fix for me that microphone. I won't even wait.
Once again, thank you, Right Honorable Speaker, for this golden opportunity. I'm here today to discuss about the causes of the increase of teenage pregnancies and what needs to be done. My views, I would like to say that too much freedom amongst girls has led to teenage pregnancies. You find in some homes, they give girls a lot of freedom. They have phones, and they move anyhow they want. They attend parties overnight, and they come back home late. And when they go to those parties, they find their soulmates. And within that, there's no relationship without sex. I don't have I'm not saying that I have experienced, but what I know is that in that relationship has to be sex. And ignorance, like they don't know what they're into, they will have sex and they will end up pregnant.
Honorable Member, there are so many relationships that cannot have sex. So you can have, there are so many, but we shall not delve deep there. Let us continue. Let us continue.
As I was saying, let me come back to the points. Second view or second opinion is that social media influence.
Yes, please.
The young girls who are given freedom in their homes have phones or ask phones from their parents, like they need to do research work. In that research work, they will go and search pornographic videos and they end up watching. In that watching, they will have that interest to do the act, what they have seen in actual sense. So in doing that, they will end up getting pregnant at a very early age. I beg to stop here. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Honorable Member. A round of applause. At this particular point, I would like to have the Luweero District Chairperson, because there are so many things that have been mentioned when it comes to the broken system and the justice, or I'll prepare him as he comes. I would want him to come and address a few concerns that have been raised about the broken system, where perpetrators are let go before even parents get home. What are we doing as a district? What are we doing as leaders? But this will come after the break. So that will be ample time for you, Honorable Member, to prepare yourself. For now, NTV People's Parliament is going to take another short break. When we return, we shall still be hearing from the Honorable Members on what can be done to cut down on these numbers. We are in Luweero District, and we are discussing the fate and also what can be done to end teenage pregnancies in this district. Thank you so much for watching. We'll take a very short break. Stay tuned. Welcome back from that break. You're still watching NTV People's Parliament, and we are coming to you from Luweero. Now, we are discussing teenage pregnancies, and a number of causes have been mentioned as to why this crisis continues to loom here in Luweero. We have had sexual abuse, we have had poverty, peer pressure, also a broken system where perpetrators are released as soon as they go into jail for these particular cases. At this particular point, I would like to have the Luweero District Chairperson. So let's proceed, Honorable Member.
Right, Honorable Speaker, allow me to thank you for this opportunity where I can address our people, mainly from NTV viewers. Allow me to welcome everybody here. Good evening to you, all members of this house.
Good evening to you.
I'm Kibirange Erasto, the LC5 chairperson of Luweero District. Allow me also to thank NTV for having found it very important to bring us this topic, which is very important to the lives of our children, mainly the girl. If I can be allowed also to contribute, because my colleagues here have tried to contribute, I want also to say some 3 or 4 points why I think we are seeing this problem of teenage pregnancy. One of them, the abandoned, with that the community now abandoned the known cultures and traditional aspects which use to control, to safeguard girls from getting pregnant before they would go or they would be married off. All of you who are old enough know that the society itself had a way of dealing with the teenage pregnancy. In the past, where a girl would get pregnant, she would be punished by the other society. The society would punish. You could be allowed to, you could not be allowed to sit with the family. Remember, our sisters in the past would be told not to these days we are having a dining. A girl would not sit with the family members to eat together. She would cook even from the house. From the garden. She would not be allowed to pass through the courtyard. That one alone could make a girl fear. But we are not seeing such things. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you, Madam Honorable Speaker, for this topic and also for allowing us to get this opportunity when you visited Luweero. We welcome you to Luweero. We shall continue to welcome you. Feel free. And everybody here, feel free to debate, because what we are doing here is a very noble duty.
Yes.
For us as Ugandans having our mothers, having our girls have safe lives. Thank you.
Thank you so much, honorable members, for that submission. I'll have the senior probation officer please come and take onto the floor to answer the other questions we had about perpetrators. You're going to answer briefly in 3 minutes. We shall have the liaison officer also to also wind up, and then we shall close this off. For now, let us wind up teenage pregnancy with only the senior probation officer and also the liaison officer.
Okay,
Honorable member, thank you for being part of this conversation.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, and all the honorable members. I'm Namigade Joyce, Senior Probation Officer, Luweero. I have the pleasure to be part of this discussion, especially when it comes to teenage pregnancies that has a direct bearing on my office. Luweero district has a serious problem, as you've seen the statistics. Since COVID, the numbers have been growing, and we find that we are in a situation whereby many girls between the ages of 15 and 20, when they give birth at the age of 15, by the time they reach the age of 25, they already have about 3 or 5 children, which is a very big problem to our rural district because of the young mothers and all the problems that are in there. I know you've had a lot of discussions on this, but what I want to tell you is that Luweero, as a district, there is a lot that has been done when it comes to issues of teenage pregnancies and curbing down early marriages. One, as a probation officer, we have trained formal and informal structures at community level. We have what we call parasocial workers and VHTs. We've been training them to respond and to assist these girls. We've trained them in a number of things together with our partners, like Team Uganda. We have also other partners that phased out, that were supported by USAID. We trained peer educators that were mainly supporting the girl child to be safe. When there is a case out there, we urge the community to report to us to report to police, and also inform us where they feel they have not been supported. We also encourage the communities to call 116, which is a child helpline. It is a national child helpline. When you report a case there relating to anything to do with children, not only deferment, but any other case, they escalate the cases to our offices.
Please highlight on that number again.
It is 116. It is a toll-free child helpline. It is managed by Minister of Gender. It is centrally managed the whole country by Minister of Gender. But when it is a Luweero case, they take the details of Luweero and they escalate, because it is an online. They send the cases, and when we go to office, we just open our computers and see the cases of Luweero that have been escalated to us, and we follow up. With partners, we can definitely support our children to benefit from the parenting guidelines, and also promote the national strategy on ending child marriages and teenage pregnancies, which is 2022 to 2027. There's a strategy in place that we need to popularize and bring everybody on board to support our children.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, honorable member. And if you're in this August House and you have heard that call and you have heard about safe spaces, please educate another person. Let us share this knowledge. And finally, from the liaison officer, please come and take on to the floor of the August House. Help us understand, because concerns have been raised about a broken system where perpetrators are left to go. Is this true? But also, concerns have been raised that parents still settle these cases in their homes and they don't even come to report. What do you do with such? A very absurd one was a father who said, this child is mine, they are pregnant, but they're mine, flesh and blood. What can they do? What do we do here? Thank you.
Thank you so much, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, much has been said. I've looked at the causes. I looked at the neglect done by the parents, we parents, that we have not taken care of our children these young girls as parents. So this one leads to today's topic, the teenage pregnancies. Secondly, I looked at lack of education. Lack of education. We have not taken our children to school. They stop at a certain level. And when they don't go to school, we don't mind. We leave them sit at home, which forces them to have these early pregnancies. Because they have nothing to do. They are didanda. The body may be active. This one forces that young girl into a practice. And what comes out of the practice is this teenage pregnancy. I encourage members present and the pupils present to be reporting matters, such cases, to police. Because police may not know who did that, may not know whether the offense was committed. But it's you, a parent and a child, who walk to police, nearby police, report the matter so that we can apprehend. We can get that criminal. We only have to work hand in hand with the judicial side so that these people are not released anyhow. Because when someone does a first mistake, taken to prisons, 5 months is released, he does the same, then this is not okay, this is repetition. So we encourage, we are here to make sure that we get in touch with the judiciary side to apprehend these criminals so that they are kept in prisons because they are not supposed to be in the community.
Okay.
That one, I think, we are doing.
Afande, another in relation to that.
Yes.
In case a parent reports a case
Yes.
of sexual abuse, especially we're talking about teenagers, and this parent sees this particular perpetrator out on the street again, where do they then go? Because they can't trust where they went for the first time.
Madam Speaker, police is everywhere.
Yes.
I've talked about police, the judicial side. We have non-organizations. We do hand in hand with all that lie there. So I encourage parents that when you see police has not assisted you, go to any other. You may have reported to a police post which has not assisted you. Rush or go to the police station. Report the same and put your complaint. Have not been assisted by police number 1. Then the OCCID and any other officer will make sure there is justice. Will handle you and maybe have questions to the officer who did not handle you well. Honorable members.
And finally, Honorable Member.
Honorable members.
In just 20 seconds.
Yes. Let us talk to our teenage
Girls.
Talk to them.
Boys.
And tell them about the dangers of these teenage pregnancies. We are saying report cases of such to police. We are able to come in and assist because We want a generation that will lead tomorrow. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you so much, Honorable Member. As we've all heard, it's quite absurd that most of these perpetrators are relatives, they're family members. Very absurd that they're actually parents and the nearest people that we trust with our children. So to me, the take home today, as many members have said, let's take care of our own children. Let's try to speak to them without getting tired. Let's try to continue educating them. Let's try to pass on this message each and every single day to every child. It's painful when you hear the stories, but behind these stories, there are actually real lives that have lost hope in their dreams and aspirations of becoming better people. Thank you so much for being part of NTV People's Parliament, for those that are watching from home, and I thank every honorable member who has been in the August House today. We shall be in Luweero District again next week as we continue to delve deep to understand what is causing teenage pregnancy in Luweero. How can we curb it down? What are we doing as parents? What are we doing as leaders in the community? Are there spaces? Are there contacts that we can reach out? Find out all this next week on NTV People's Parliament. By the powers vested in me as the Speaker of the August House, I adjourn this House until next time.